I see many overseas students here today, and may I ask you a question? Have you ever tried to learn Mandarin Chinese or Cantonese Chinese? Yes? And have you ever felt that after learning the Chinese for several months, it is still hard for you to know the tones? Why? The linguistics may tell you that it is normal because you do not use tones in your own language. But today, I will explain this using at brain level. Mandarin, I'm interested in how the Mandarin perceived in native and non-native speakers. Mandarin tones have 4 tones, and So the tones has 2 features. One is pitch feature, which is almost like music and perceived by the right hemisphere. However, and the other feature is linguistic feature, which is related to language, and it is perceived by the left hemisphere. So my research is to use an electrode cap to detect your brain wave of these features. For example, when we perceive the flat tone in a Mandarin word, hua, which means flower, I found that for the native speakers like me, we can perceive the tones in both the right hemisphere and left hemisphere, which suggests that we can use both the pitch feature and linguistic feature parallel to perceive tones. However, for the Mandarin learners, only the right hemisphere was activated by the tone, indicating they can only use the pitch feature of the tones. So without the helping of the linguistic information for the tone identification, they perceive tones less efficiently than the Mandarin native speakers. So that's why they feel, wow, the tones are so difficult. So my research work contributed to the understanding of the neural mechanism of language learning, especially tonal language learning. And also, it gave implication of using brain waves for future language study. Imagine that one day, if you want to test your brain ability, you just need to put a cap on your head, and without doing anything else, like listening or speaking or writing, your brainwave can tell you everything. Isn't that amazing? Thank you.